Hey everybody, so just wanted to offer some help and advice with anybody who comes across the same glitch that I did. So in this game, when you interact with certain characters, you'll be given at the most four dialogue options. Sometimes it will be two or three. Now I came across, I think I was in chapter four or five, and I had to go to talk to Moneypenny about something and was walking through, got all my equipment, got my gun, tested the shooting range out for a little bit, went to speak to Moneypenny, and there was four dialogue options. Two of them were like questions about the mission. One of them was like continue with mission, and one of them was leave conversation. Leave conversation just lets you leave the conversation and go and do something else. Now the option I had, which was to like continue with the game. So like the objective dialogue option was on triangle. I kept pressing triangle. I went through a whole bunch of stuff. I figured it out eventually. So triangle, specifically triangle, was bugged on the dialogue option, and it turns out it was bugged on some options afterwards. Now, what I'm going to advise you all to do, if you go to options, you go to controls, go to customize input. You have to scroll down quite a bit. Let me just do that. Uh, you can change a bunch of these. Do be careful. One other thing to keep an eye out on is because in third person games I'm used to pressing square for reload. It was set on circle to begin with. Now, because squares also punch, I just got into a gunfight a little bit ago, and I could not reload without aiming down sights, which is a big problem. And I kept pressing square out of aiming, and he just kept punching. So I had to change it back to circle because the game couldn't figure that out, I suppose. Um, so if things like that, because this game is a bit of a weird control scheme. One other thing I ended up doing, where is it? I don't know where it's gone. The option to change gun, I can't find it right now. Cycle weapon, that was on the down button, which I thought was really awkward because I couldn't manage to walk and do that. So special weapon I've put on L1. I haven't come across any special weapons yet. Cycle weapon I put on triangle. That seems to work well. Um, but I find the controls weird, so just be very careful with what you set these at. Otherwise, you'll end up locking yourself out of certain controls, and you have to change them. Anyway, so this part here. So this was set to, triangle, square, circle, and X. I don't know which ones they were. What I did for the Moneypenny situation was I switched triangle and X. So X was the one at the top, which let me go through the rest of the dialogue and continue the game. Otherwise, you could not go forward. So yeah, I switched triangle and X. And then when I went to go and have the conversation with Moneypenny, the option that I needed to press was on X. X wasn't bugged out, so I pressed that and I was able to continue. And I thought, oh, that was a one-off thing. I'll just change it back. I was in a dialogue thing about 20 minutes ago, and the option that I wanted to press, not the one that I had to press, but the one that I wanted to press, was on triangle. Again, it was bugged out. So I thought, okay, I'll just change all four of them. So I just changed it to up, down. I do need to change these back actually. Up, down, left, and right. So if you come across any situations in this game where a specific button is bugged out, because you'll have a lot of character interactions, you'll have a lot of dialogue stuff. If that happens, don't bother like resetting any checkpoints or anything else like that. It means the button is glitched out because there's been a few other little weird bits and pieces to this game as well. Um, but yeah, you might not have any problems at all, but yeah, you can come in here and you can change the input, which I had to do because Triangle was bugged out. So just a bit of advice, but um, There's other things you can do, but just be careful when you play this game, um, especially with aim and stuff as well. I would love to have weapon aim and weapon shoot on L1 and R1, but the game was behaving very strangely when I did that. Um, it was like shoot had bugged itself to hold R1. It was very weird. I still would want it the other way around, but it won't let me do it. Um, I might try it again later, but we'll see. Anyway, the specific focus of this is on dialogue stuff because if it bugs out, you will get yourself locked out of it, and you'll have to do this because no amount of checkpoint restarting or reinstall, because I've reinstalled the game twice, it turned out that it was just that triangle was bugged out. It might be a different button for some of you, maybe square gets bugged out or something. Um, but just know that you can come in here and do this. Anyway, just thought I'd share some experience.